Okay, so this is a video in response to Answer This Atheists, and I've gotten a lot of comments, and so I've been wanting to respond to these as best as I can. So the first one being from Gnomefro, talking about Craig Venter doing a similar experiment that I mentioned. If you could send me something on that, I would be great. That's really all I have to answer about that. And looks like he really wrote a lot, and I appreciate it, but kind of hard to know more about it without having to do 500 word answers. So if you could help me out with that, that'd be great. In answer to the most recent one by 55CHH, interesting name, but you talk about me successfully answering my own question, which is the regression of the chicken egg thing goes back to the single cell, blah 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 blah. And you talk about the fact that he says there's no division between micro and macro evolution. And what I'd like to point out is that yes, there is, and the reason I say that there is because microevolution being, those are little miniature changes that aren't something that the creature wanted, it just happened to be there. Different colored feathers, some random useless, flap on the top of their neck, or bottom as a chicken maybe, something like that. But changing your entire genus, going from a amphibian to a reptile, and from a reptile to a bird, and a bird to whatever, this is a huge difference from that. You're talking about changing the actual physiological makeup of a creature. We have these different things of mammal, reptile, and fish, and all these for a reason. That's where they're at. Okay, yes, we have platypus and a bat, which are weird anomalies in those, but a platypus by definition is still a mammal. It just happens to have a bill, but it doesn't fly. It's not a bird, and it doesn't share a lot of the bird qualities except for a bill. And at what point would fur become feathers? I don't think it ever would. And there'd be no reason for that change to somehow come about. And I don't think it would be physically possible for it to come about, because it's not going to happen. That sort of genetic mutation just wouldn't spawn out of anything, or at least that's my view. Another thing, stop with the insults, people. You're not getting anywhere. You're making yourself look rather foolish, and you're not proving anything. For those of you bringing very strong hard facts to the table, I'm very thankful for that, and that's exactly what I was hoping to inspire. I'd call out some names here. I'm a little underprepared, and that was my fault. Comments like Open Wide 333s. He says, I don't know how life first began, and I don't know how anything first began, and da-da-da-da-da-da. If you're going to tell me all this, that you don't know those, which is absolutely fine, I don't expect everyone to know that, just don't comment. Or, if you feel like you need to have a scientist answer for you, then, by all means, link me to something. But just saying, I don't know, therefore it doesn't work, it doesn't work either. Also, there was a comment I had on somebody, and I don't remember their name, and I don't feel like going through this because I want to make this as quick as I can and not waste your time, is the comment went along this line, which is basically me disproving evolution, or even attempting to disprove evolution, does not prove the existence of my God. And the comparison he gave was, if I prove that a balloon is not red, then it makes it blue. And, or at least that's how he says my argument is. And I agree with that. To some degree, just proving it's not red does not prove that it's blue. However, if I can prove that there's no trace of red in, this, whatever it is, then I know it can't be purple. And I know it can't be orange. And so now I'm eliminating other things, and if I can prove that there's no trace of yellow, now it can't be green, and our other color. Okay, now I actually kind of wonder. Or yeah, it'd still be orange. So, it can't be green, can't be orange. And so, you're only left with so many choices. And eventually, you can get into the semantics of saying, well, what about black? What about white? Well, yeah, but, how long is it going to really take me to, start working on an argument for these? The point I'm trying to make is, if you run out of options, there's only so many options that make sense. And having a supreme being that creates things because he has the ability, not too out of the question, at least for me. And I don't see why that's such a huge leap from, if you disprove all these other theories, why that would be so impossible. Because, if you go through and you have like a man in a room, and then all of a sudden he's not in the room, and you are, completely against the idea of teleportation, how long is it going to take before, you've disproved everything until you have only teleportation left? Eventually, you're going to come to the consensus that this man teleported. There's nothing else he could have done. And again, we can go in and try and disprove these little things, but these are just examples for what I'm trying to say. The one thing I'm not answering in this video, because I'm going to make another video, and I apologize for the length on this one already, is why I believe in my faith. I need a little more time or actually I don't need more time, I need to actually write it down, so it's going to be shorter to answer that, but I will answer that in a different video, so please just look for that one. And I appreciate you for watching, and please feel free to comment. Again, bring to the table why you believe in atheism. In this video, I'd actually like your replies to focus more on that. Why do you believe that atheism, or what you believe in, is more correct than, say, what I believe in? So that's all, and thank you.